They were playing against a Celtics team, by the way, without 3 starters. They have a center, I think his name Daniel Feast.
Yeah.
They had like 5 key players out. It was their B team.
It's fine.
They
Still
had
a
guys
dub
from
in
the
the
G League
standings.
playing. Now the Wizards are playing without John Wall.
Still a good win, though. I watched the first half, and I literally gave up at halftime. At halftime, I switched the channel.
Wizards were down by 20. But at the end of the game, this is why they need to thank Brad Stevens and the Celtics, in particular Marcus Morris, Markeith's twin brother. I'm always an advocate of fouling when you're up 3. The Celtics were up 3 with, I think, 10 seconds left. Bradley Beal had a crack at a game-tying 3, which I couldn't believe the Celtics let him shoot that, and it was in and out. But the Wizards got the ball on the inbounds with like 3 seconds. Otto Porter drives to the basket. Again, the Celtics are up 3.
Yeah.
It looks like he's about to dunk it. And prior to that, all of the Celtics were around the three-point line so that the Wizards couldn't shoot a 3.
Right.
For whatever reason, Marcus Morris, his instincts took over. He looked like he wanted to maybe try and block Otto Porter's drive to the basket. And for a split second, he goes in, which leaves Jody Meeks wide open at the three-point line. Porter kicks it out. Meeks hits the game-tying three-pointer. It goes to overtime. But then in single overtime, the Wizards had a 2-point lead with 10 seconds left. They call a timeout. Off the timeout, they throw the ball out of bounds. Throw the ball out of bounds to get the ball to the Celtics. Well, the Celtics had just done it. They were down 2, and they tried to inbounds it to Marcus Morris. Went off his fingertips. Sato steals it. Wizards call a timeout. So the Celtics get the ball back with a few seconds left. They get it to Jason Tatum. He drives to the basket, gets fouled, makes the basket, and one. Looks like the Wizards are going to lose again. He misses the free throw. Goes to double overtime.
Love it.
And finally, they win in double overtime. Bradley Beal actually played very well in the clutch. We were talking about how he plays in the clutch. I mean, he missed
34.
a couple shots, but some big drives to the basket. Much needed win for that team. Because when you're playing a depleted Celtics team, you got to get that win.
Otto and Jan Mahinmi both chipping in with dubs last night.
You know, next time we talk to Scott Brooks, this is what I understand. So Mahinmi has a double-double, playing well. And then in overtime, he didn't play. It's weird. Is he on a minutes restriction or something?
You're questioning Scott Brooks' coaching decisions.
Yes, remember we questioned him the other day when Mahinmi didn't play.
I'll tell you what, he did a hell of a job because
I think he should be starting.
I watched the. I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Maybe he will down the stretch.
At one point, they cut to the timeout and pleading with the guys, like multiple timeouts actually. We're better than this. We've worked too hard, and the guys are just sitting there, like just blank looks. There's a couple of them shaking their heads, like yes, but they're not even looking at him. He's just pleading. What are we doing here? We're better than this. Come on, we've worked too hard to play like this. Let's go. And they were down like 20 in the first half. It was embarrassing.
Well, he's looking at the Celtics team. He's looking at the Celtics team that has Shane Larkin, who played at Miami, who has some guy from the G League. Okay, they hyped him up and said he was the G League Rookie of the Year last year.
Nodder or something?
Yeah, I mean,
they had a bunch of dogs out of the court.
The Celtics didn't have Al Horford, an All-Star. They didn't have Kyrie Irving, an All-Star.
No Marcus Smart.
Jaylen Brown. No, Marcus Smart played.
Oh, is he actually there?
Yeah, Marcus Smart's the donkey who
I
fell
thought he was
for
banged
Otto
up.
Porter. No, Marcus Smart led there.
I can't keep up with all the injuries.
Yeah, but I just told you that he's the sucker that went in for when Otto went for
I thought you said that was Marcus Morris. You're getting your, you might get your Marcus's mixed up.
Botching it
You're botching. I think Smart's out.
No Marcus Smart, no Thies. Said 5 key players out. So anyway, Wizards got a big win.
Yeah, definitely good for them.
Hey,
keeps them in the 5th spot.
When I initially saw the amount of money that Scott Brooks was getting to coach the Wizards, I was like, man, that's a lot of money. But I think with what he's had to put up with this season, you know what? I think he's earning every cent that he's making.
I think EB's right.
He's got to deal with a lot.
Never looks like he's having fun.
He does. Oh, he looks
at
miserable.
the most. He looks relieved. Like when they get a win like that, it's like,
yeah. Well, I mean, can you imagine?
And Bradley Beal, after the game, I watched his interview. He actually made a plea for John Wall to come back soon.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed too that, like, remember that assist stat that we were all jocking? It's kind of gone down. It's kind of coming down. And yesterday they played a double overtime game, and they still didn't get to that magic 30 that they were hitting every night.
Sato plays well. He
didn't turn it over.
It was the ESPN game.
But he had 6 assists, no turnovers.
By the way,
they need John scoring.